We are here. We are here.
Hey.
We here like we never been here before.
Me.
Come on now. We here like we ain't never been here before. We got a very, very, very special guest. Obviously, we on the Unselfish Behavior Podcast. We call it the #1 podcast in LA. Y'all gotta understand it. Y'all gotta understand it. We have a very, 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 very special guest with us today. We got the one, the only the best DJ in all of LA. You know, I'll put her up against anybody. Representing the squad, representing LA Leakers, representing Power 106. She's in the building. She goes by the name, as y'all know, DJ Carisma in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
California. You know what I'm saying?
Young California in the building. Very excited to have you.
Thank you.
DJ Carisma. Now, we on the Unselfish Behavior Podcast.
I like that name.
You like that? You
Yes.
like that? Come on now. That sparked your attention,
I'm very unselfish. I like that.
I like that.
It's only right.
There we go. Excited to have you. This is a guest-based podcast, right? And it's centered around inspiring people through storytelling and through sharing different perspectives with LA's top influencers. And we're not talking about top from a numbers perspective. We're talking tops from a boots on the ground perspective. Real influence that people in the city have a lot of love for. And I think that your work and your reputation speaks for itself.
Thank you.
And so having you here is a true honor.
Thank you.
So before we jump into any dialogue, any conversation, I always like to open up the floor for my guest to allow them the opportunity to be able to simply say who they are for those that don't know who you are. Say who you are, what you stand for, and a little bit about what you do for those that don't know who you are.
I go by the name of DJ Carisma. I'm a little Mexican girl from Southern California, and I'm out here breaking down walls in this hip hop industry, and yeah, man, I'm a passionate person. I love music, and I love seeing people win. I love putting people on, and I love that I'm in a position to do that. So that's basically what I am, you know. I love
it. Straight to the core.
Trying to like Nipsey said, like Nipsey called me. He said, I'm that connector between the streets and radio and the industry. That's me.
Love it. Love it. So we're going to jump right into the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, which is breaking those barriers, breaking down walls, and opening up lanes that not necessarily may be active right now. Mm-hmm. And I think with you, as you mentioned, and you being powerful and prideful about your heritage and being a Mexican woman that's in the hip hop community, how has that changed your life? And two-part question, how did that journey start for you?
It started young.
Yeah.
I was just always that little girl that slept with the radio under my pillow and made cassette mixtapes, and I just always loved the culture since the very, 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 very young age. I can't even remember. Nice. And I knew I had to be that one, and I just did it, and it worked. And now to look and think that, wow, sometimes I look down at the turntables and it's like, wow, I wake up every morning to come DJ. This is amazing. I really did it. I did it. I'm thankful, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. I feel the same way because I'm such a talker and communicator. And so to be able to do something that I feel is a part of my calling, a huge part of my calling, to use my gift to share, right? And that's hence the name Unselfish Behavior. So for me, I'm a spoken word artist, and I'm a speaker, and I'm an influencer and youth advocate, and doing ambassadorship and doing a lot of different things centered around the core gift of communicating. And so hearing you say that, I think a lot of people are looking for that in their own personal lives, looking for their purpose. Yeah. Right? What do you say to the people out there that's struggling with finding their purpose? What do you say to them?
Follow your gut.
There we go.
Follow your gut, really, and just like, for instance, me, there wasn't a goal. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be the biggest female DJ. It's like, that doesn't even exist. I didn't have no one to look up to like me. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, I just kind of went with it and made the path. So don't ever feel like you have to follow rules. Everyone's purpose could be completely different, and just really follow your path. I mean, if you're getting, and it's something I always say too, winners take L's, a lot of L's, and I feel like nobody sees that part because our wins are so big, but it's like you don't understand the level of L's we take. So if you just have that hunger, that little something that's going to push you, that's what's going to take you there.
Yeah, that's real. And people run from the L's too.
They run. People take an L, they get embarrassed and go hide, and they give up. And they go back to a day job. Right. I'm just gonna do this, you know?
I personally think that's a testament to people looking for validation in others, right? And so for me, I found that I don't give a damn how many L's I take because I know who I am and I know my truth, right? And I think a lot of people are trying to do things for the wrong reasons. Yeah. I'm trying to do it because whether they speak about it or not, I think a lot of people are trying to do things. They're claiming that they're walking in their purpose to try to validate the expectations expectations of their mother or their significant other or their, you know what I'm saying? Do you find that to be true for a lot of people?
Yeah, that too. Plus they have no idea that everything is a ladder. People really feel that it's just, I'm going to do this and it's on. It's like, you got to go up one notch, lock yourself in, learn everything you can about that level you just got on, then get yourself up another notch, lock yourself in, keep going. And it's like, people definitely don't want to do that.
They want to rush.
They do not want to take those steps.
That's real. That's real. And I think obviously people don't want to take the steps because of the L's that it takes, you know, a lot of times to get to the next level.
Oh yeah.
You can't get to certain levels if you haven't had certain
It's like
experience.
a video game.
There we go.
You get stuck on a level.
There we go.
And you can't beat it.
There we go.
Some people never play that game again.
That's real.
I was one of those people.
Now, go ahead.
That when I couldn't pass a level, I would step away, but I'd always come back.
There we go.
Once I gave my brain a break, and then I'd end up passing that ish.
There we go. You know? Is that just a testament to you knowing who you are, or is that just a testament to like, yo, if I want something, I gotta get it by any means necessary? Gotta get it, right?
Got it.
Just that
Who's
hunger.
gonna take care of me? I shout out to my mom and dad. I have a great mom and dad, but they struggled.
Right.
Just trying to do what they got to do to keep us.
Right.
And that's why I never liked to ask for anything. I never asked for anything. Even back to high school, you ask my parents, I never asked for anything.
Super independent.
I moved out when I was 17, and I took care of myself ever since. So to me, it's like there is no.
Gotcha.
And if I can't get money here, I'm gonna get money here. If I'm gonna get money here, you got to figure out different pockets.
Got you. Do you think that entrepreneurship is at a place right now of it just being trendy?
No, I think this is like. Wow, look at how many people. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we are in a golden age in America right now and around the world, because I've been to other places and it's the same. It really is.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a golden era right now. We've had more million and billionaires than we've ever had in the history of like Earth.
Facts.
So that's pretty mind blowing.
That's real.
And they're of all races too. So that's even more mind blowing. So it's like, wow.
You feel like it's possible.
It's so possible.
Exactly.
This little internet changed everything.
Absolutely.
So anybody could be an entrepreneur. Yeah. Anybody.
And you don't need a lot of the big companies as you used to back in the day and the different platforms. You could just build your shit yourself.
Because you don't need that. You don't need the hard marketing money anymore. Now you can go online and do things for free yourself now.
Got you.
You blow yourself up, literally.
That's real. And that's why I'm like zero tolerance for excuses.
Zero.
If you can't make it in this era, you're not making it in any era.
Right.
Like we have the internet at our disposal. The internet, these phones give us the ability to literally start a business through social media. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what excuse do you possibly have? You know what I'm saying?
How many? I want someone to do a test on how many millionaire kids there are now off
That's
of YouTube.
Real. Facts. That's real.
For opening toys and playing with slime. These little kids are millionaires.
Yes, multi-millionaires.
This is intense.
That's real. What do you?
No excuses, man.
That's real. Is your daughter into anything like that?
She started her YouTube page. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's not into DJing, but she is into entertaining, and she's not shy.
That's awesome.
She gets that from me, so.
That's awesome. How do you find a balance between parenting and doing the type of work that you're doing? You've been so busy and booked.
It's hard.
Yeah, talk a little bit about it.
But I mean, it's hard. The nightlight stuff, obviously she can't be included. But when I'm lucky enough that I'm not a one-trick pony, so I do everything. I DJ from morning to night.
Awesome.
So like all the daytime stuff, I get to take her, and that's the best. I love being able to take her with me. I got booked in Japan last year.
Nice.
They like bring her.
Bring her on.
We want to take her, like show around. That like stuff like that. God, that's priceless, man.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's hard balancing, but it's like, yo, I'm so lucky at the same time too, because she's experiencing things that I never would even dream of experience as a child.
Ain't that something?
I never got on an airplane till I was 18, you know what I mean? Wow. And she's been to Colombia, Japan, like
right.
New York.
Right.
And she gets to go with me to industry things and learns how to network and learns how to do all that. So she's like my best friend. I love that she's getting older now.
Yeah.
Because it's making it a lot easier.
Come on.
To take her with me.
I love it.
She's a little more understanding when I gotta go.
What you being born and raised in the city, how important is travel for young kids out there who don't think it's possible? For me, I work in education and I work with a lot of students in the inner city in Compton. I'm sorry, not in Compton, in Inglewood and Watts, right? And so for me, I see a lot of these kids, you ask primarily a lot of these kids what they want to do when they grow up. And it's usually centered around some form of entertainment, whether it's, been in the industry, whether it's been a rapper, whether it's been NBA, NFL. And it's like, okay, that's awesome. That's great. I'm not going to knock that. But if I asked students this one time, I was speaking to a Boys and Girls Club in Long Beach, and I said, to all you boys that just told me you want to be in the NBA, raise your hand if you would still want to be in the NBA if you were not making millions of dollars. Nobody's hand goes up. So I want you to find something that you can do and get the same fulfillment even if the money wasn't coming in. You know what I'm saying? How important is it to make sure that you leading by example? Because it's a lot of people that can look at you, people like you, to where they're like, oh, you got this platform and you're doing this and you're doing this. You're successful. You've made it. How important is it for people to know, like, yo, I'm still hungry. I ain't made shit. And the journey, the marathon continues. You know what I'm saying? No idea. That's real. Talk a little bit about that process.
I mean, it's a learning process. Like, knowledge is power in anything you decide to do, whatever industry it is. You got to learn it, study it, learn who the power players are, learn everything you need to learn. So it's a never ending journey. But like you said, that could hold you back. Cause I know kids from like the city, they've never even been to the beach. I know essays and homies that I grew up with never even thought about going to LA.
Wow.
And we're in Orange County. An invisible line separates us.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So it's like, it's good to step out. And if you guys ever get opportunities to travel, take it. Because like the first time I went to Canada and Japan blew my mind. Because us as Americans, we're so conceited and think that, you know, we really have no clue what's out there. And we think that we're the best. And I went to Canada and Japan and it blew my mind.
Yeah, what's this? Come on.
Blew my mind how advanced they are with technology. And not only how nice the people are. Humble
people.
Versus us.
And assholes. Entitled.
Very entitled, yes. So like learning is so important, man. And people come up to me all the time and like, you're rich. I'm like, yo, I work in radio. Do you have any idea? We make minimum wage, bro. Like, you have no clue.
That's real.
Unless you're a big boy.
Yeah.
Even though my name is technically right there with his, he's a man.
Right.
I'm a woman. There's no way I'll ever make anywhere near his money just because.
Why do you think that's still an issue in 2019 with women not having equal pay as men in the same industry? And a lot of times better than men that are doing the same exact job. Why do you think that? Why do you think that's still there?
All these guys make more than me. Every one of them.
That's fucking crazy. Excuse my language.
Every one of these guys you could think of make more than me.
Wow.
Hands down in radio.
Is it by a landslide?
I'm talking about I had to quit once I found out what people were really making. I took a whole year off from radio last year.
Get the hell out of here.
I just walked away. I walked away from both stations. I quit Power, then I quit iHeart. I was like, this is crazy. You guys are constantly looking me in my face and telling me I'm the biggest thing out here. The numbers prove it. Everything shows it. But then I go and find out how much these guys are making, and I'm way over.
Like you just started or something. Like you were like
I'm on street team.
Right.
Literally. Like $100 a week type shit.
That's fucking crazy. Get out of here.
Yes. So when people come up to me and say I'm rich, I laugh.
Yeah.
Like you have no fucking clue what I go through.
Yeah. you can't stop though. You can't stop that.
And I'm not going to.
How do you combat that?
Because you know why? Because women, this ain't nothing new to us. We have always been the second. The second next to man since the beginning of time. We've never had rights. Cave women used to get raped on spot. We were nothing. So look at how far we've come now. And I know I'm just another piece to get us even farther for her in the future.
There we go.
So I'm just doing my part. And sometimes I look at some of my younger homegirl DJs that I put on, and to see them getting gigs so fast and to see them getting the money so fast versus what I had to do, I'm not mad about it. I'm like, yo, I feel good because I did that for them.
Got you.
And now they're all winning off the seeds that have been planted.
Right.
You know, so I get it.
Right. That has.
I know I'm just like a workhorse here to break down walls for others. I really think that's what I'm here to do.
That's real. That's real. It's kind of like, I forgot exactly how Tupac quoted it, but I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to plant the seed for the next generation to be able to spark the idea in the next generation, right? And so you can, or
even start an idea so someone could finish it. Like
exactly.
Things take forever to change.
I think that's a lot of what Nipsey did too.
Things take a long time to change, yeah.
Right? So
no,
I think that him sparking the idea of taking your power within being in inner city communities and having, like, a lot of us felt like we didn't even have power or access to be able to do the things that we see people on a certain level doing. But he's like, no, take your money, invest it, real estate, crypto, so on and so forth. I want to talk a little bit. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and just kind of talk about what his influence has been like for you. Obviously, I know you guys had a relationship. We're talking about the late, great Nipsey Hussle, that is. Talking a little bit about, you know, what that relationship was like for you and how that impact has been for you since he's been gone.
I feel super fortunate that I got to know Nip. I feel like Nip was a little bit before my time, so like I looked up to Nip. Like I was just getting into radio, just getting into the LA streets, and he was the man, and the LA Leakers were like the DJs at that time. I feel like I came in the jerking era. So just the fact that he knew who I was, me and him didn't talk a lot. It would always be real quick, real short. Like I regret that. I wish I would have asked him a lot more, but I'd always just try to be respectful. Like I don't like to try to bombard artists. I just try to be cool and just respectful and treat them like humans because they are. You know, so I wish I would have asked him more, but like the stuff that we did talk about, I'll never forget it. And just all the times that he spoke about me was mind blowing to me. Like I didn't even know Nip felt that way about me. So, because he never expressed it to me in person, you know, but it would always just be, you know, so to hear him on like the Vlad interview talk about me,
that's crazy.
It's mind blowing.
That's crazy.
And I just hate that it took for him to die for people to recognize what he was doing. That's the part that kills me the most, but there's nothing we can do now. And just the overpour it's having now, it's like, that's kind of what you want when you die, right? You want to have that type of impact when you die.
That's legacy.
Nobody wants to die, but you do want to, when it does happen, like, damn.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things that sparks and fuels my journey, right? And so for me, I've been through a lot of adversity myself, and the people who follow me are very aware, you know, of just kind of the barriers and challenges that I've had to deal with, even within the past, I'd say 2 to 3 years, and experiencing homelessness and just different things like that. And for me, one of the main things that keeps me going is how do I want to be remembered when I'm gone, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to praise you. Everybody's going to think you're doing your thing and, oh, you're making so many moves. You're doing this, you're doing that. But I want to know, when I'm gone, did I spark an idea in a mind to feel to where a person feels like they have to finish what I started? And I think that's what it's all about. And I think that's the difference between doing something chasing a dream opposed to living a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And we've had a lot of guests on this podcast now, and I've asked a few of them this, and I want to ask you, I'm curious. I think there's a distinct difference, Carisma, between people chasing their dream. Let me break that down for you real quick. When I was young, I dreamed of being a fireman. I want to be a fucking fireman, Carisma. Me, I want to be a fireman. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Those are real heroes.
They real life superheroes. And I always wanted to do something involving helping people. But I dreamed of doing that. I'm one to believe that there's a difference between what you dream about and what you were sent down here to accomplish.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Talk a little bit about what you think the distinct differences is.
That's like one of those things.
Like
God will give you what you need, not what you want.
There we go. Now we talking.
There's been tons of times where I'm just like, why, God? But then a year goes by and I understand. I look back at it like, wow.
That's why it all makes sense.
You are such a journey. Like we always got this guy's like so coded. We got to figure it out. But 100%, like there's a difference between dreaming, because when you dream too, you don't even know what you're dreaming about. You're just dreaming about an idea. But once you start getting into it, it's realization. Like, okay, this is reality now. It ain't just this. It ain't just winning the lotto. Okay, I got to do this. Now you figure out all your steps you got to get through. You know what I mean?
So it's not so much about obtaining something. It's about sustaining something. I think we can accomplish anything.
And then also too, like, if you're really passionate about it, we don't, like you said, it's not a money thing.
Exactly.
And that's another big sign. Like if you're able to figure out how to live your life and still have that passion 10 years later. That's your purpose for sure.
That's real. That's real. I think a lot of people are struggling with it, Carisma. I think a lot of people are looking for answers in people that they feel are living their purpose. I think.
Stop watching other people, guys. And especially within this Instagram era, 90% of this is
comparing yourself to people on Instagram.
It's fake. People don't ever post their L's. They only post wins, and even those wins are exaggerated.
Come on.
You know, so it's like don't pay attention. Follow your own path.
I want to talk a little bit about the adversity, specific adversity. I talked a little bit about, you know, I've had to deal with homelessness and not going into too much detail about what that looked like. But I think the biggest pieces of inspiration that we have as creatives, as artists, as influencers are bringing a light to the L's, like really breaking down exactly what I had to go through and how I got through it. Because there's people that are going to watch this that are in that season. They're in their L season right now. They're in a rock bottom season and they're looking for, how the hell do I get out of this? They don't see a way out. You know what I mean? The money's not coming in. It feels like everything around me is collapsing, but I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I feel called to do. I'm doing what I'm passionate about, but nothing is adding up. Talk to me about a personal testimony or personal testimonies to where you've experienced like, yo, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get out of this. What got you
when
through that?
When I had my daughter.
There we go.
And I was at Power for at least 4 years at this time.
Got you.
Running the street team. Finally got my chance on air because I broke New Boys, You're a Jerk, and YG Tooted and Booted.
Okay, got you.
I saw like the respect in the streets was crazy, but there's no money. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, my car gets repossessed. I come out one morning, I don't got a car.
Come on.
Like, almost lost my little tiny 1-bedroom apartment that I have. Like, fuck. Frustrating.
Yeah.
And then everyone's looking at me with all this respect
You
and all this
you
power.
doing this, you
and
doing.
it's like,
I can relate to that. So heavy. So heavy, I can relate to that.
And I remember making a decision because after I gave birth, we didn't get health insurance. We didn't get anything. I had to go to work 2 days after I had her. Got you. And do Powerhouse. Wow. And I had to run Powerhouse. You know how intense that is?
Come on now.
Like I was setting up stages, setting up from the T. You know what I mean? And no love, no overtime. I didn't even get paid that day. That's fucking You know crazy. What I mean? And I remember that day I walked into my then programming director and I was like, hey, I want to step away from street team and I want to focus on being Carisma superstar DJ. Wow. And he looks dead at me and he's like, you just had a kid. Like, let's be realistic, Carisma.
Come on.
He's like, you really think you can be a superstar DJ? I mean, no offense, but like, look at you.
Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
And he's like, I wouldn't quit street team. He's like, you got a maid basically over there. Wow, I got a maid make a minimum wage. Okay. Wow. Working 70 hours a week, but only getting paid for 25. Wow. Radio's intense, people. Wow. You know what I mean? And that was one of those moments I tell people about that moment all the time. Like, I will never forget those words. I will never forget him looking at me and telling me, you just had a kid.
What you think you about to do?
You about to be a superstar hip hop? Come on.
Ain't that crazy? Now we talking
about.
And
now that I look back and it's
come
like.
on, you can laugh at it. Fuck you. I'll say it for you. Sorry, cover your ears.
Definitely.
But charisma, I'm thinking to myself, people have so many moments like that to where they'll actually listen to the person that's giving them that feedback. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
and they'll let it defeat them.
And they'll let it defeat them, and they'll stop based off the feedback of somebody who's probably not even in the same field as you. Yeah. I'll be telling people like, how are you asking people for advice to do things that they've never done? That's huge for me, especially with family, because I had to deal with it earlier on my journey and still deal with it on very minimal levels now, just because I move so strategic now, Carisma.
I bet your family doesn't understand what you do.
They have no
My
fucking
mom
clue.
And dad to this day.
No idea.
They're just like, good job. What she does.
Well, I don't know what the hell she do. Gotcha.
I don't get it.
She on radio.
They're used to you going into having a 9 to 5 and that's how you, that means that's your level of success.
Right.
They look at me and they're like,
Right. So people be out here confused about what it is they're supposed to be doing because they're asking people, they're looking for directions for people that have never been to your destination.
God, like we said though earlier, we're in a time and in a climate that's never been. Anybody can make anything a career. Who's gonna tell you? But you're about to be the first one to do it.
Right.
So there is nobody that could tell you. There's nobody that could tell me shit.
That's facts.
Who was me before me?
Yep.
Who?
None.
I'll wait.
Come on now.
Angie Martinez?
Come on.
That's over 20 years ago. Not only that, she's from New York and she's not a DJ. She's a personality.
There we go.
So who was me?
There we go.
Where is she? Who was she?
Made your own lane. Come on.
I made my own lane.
I ain't never seen it.
You making your own lane.
Be visuals. You seen it? I ain't seen it.
Facebook made their own lane.
Facts.
All these fools are just making things nowadays. You can do anything nowadays, people. Don't let people discourage you.
Breaking them generational curses. People who follow me, they know I'm big on it. I'm in a space right now, Carisma, to where it's like the primary focus of my message is to follow what fulfills you the most. I'm trying to change the trajectory of what success even is.
Yeah.
Right. And we're obviously people are attached to things, tangible things, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's money, whether it's fame. Right. And it's like you want a spotlight, but you're not even giving people anything of substance. You're not even pouring or feeding people anything that they can actually evolve or learn from, right? And so for me, I want to believe success should be directly attached to what fulfills you the most. What brings you the most joy? What makes you sleep the most at night? What makes you sleep the best at night? Do you still have a balance to be able to take care of family? Is that still a priority to you? How's your mental health? We won't talk about that right now, Carisma. How's your mental health? A lot of people want to get in the gym and work out, and you look at them and you have that perception of like, damn, they fit, they healthy. How do you balance the mental challenges, the mental aspect of the work? Because I can only imagine how chaotic it can get sometimes, to where you're just shifting and moving, flying here, doing this. How do you make sure that you're prioritizing your mental? How do you make sure that you're staying healthy mentally?
I don't know if I am.
Okay.
I mean, I'm older. I mean, I'm not, but I feel like I'm in that era, the 80s, you know, I'm an 80s baby. So it's like, I feel like we didn't, y'all that was more of the 90s babies. Y'all didn't get that lesson. The awareness is really for the new generation. Like us, we're still part of that suck it up. You know, like, I don't know. Is that something you want to address? I feel like I'm so busy, I can't feel a lot of times. But I like it like that. And that's another reason I keep myself busy, because I don't really give myself time to be weak. Got you. To me, it's a weakness, because it's going to just, I don't know. You know, I feel like everyone should just go talk to a therapist at least once, just to get like evaluated. Right. Because I really don't know. That's real. Maybe I do have anxiety. Maybe I do. I have no idea. Yeah. All I know is I pushed through it really well. That's real. Oh no. And a lot of us were taught to do that. Would you agree to that? Yeah. Right. My father he had 2 daughters, so he made me the rough one. Right. That's why I'm such a tomboy, because my dad. Thanks, Dad. But he just always taught me to act like him and be real strong and not feel and not cry. Right. Is that an avenue that you would want to, that you feel like you kind of want to experience a little bit more? No, because I feel like it'll just vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable at all ever again. Like, got you. I personally don't want to be in love ever again. Like, the love of my kid is enough for me. Like, real love like that, it could fuck your whole shit up. Yeah, yeah. Because I just see people around me just be so weak all the time, and I don't know. I just don't want to do that. I don't got time. I heard that. Really, especially in the industry we move in. If you take literally a week off, it could affect you. Got you. You know what I mean? Right. Absolutely. Now you talk about, you know, it's a lot of people out here, Carisma. I want to believe that people out here in relationships that they don't need to be in, whether it's on an intimate level, whether it's on a business level. Do you find that you really have to watch how you navigate, because you're so guarded and so protected emotionally? Do you feel like you have to really like guard yourself emotionally in regards to like people wanting to get close to you? Everyone wants to get close to me. Got you. Like, and for all the wrong reasons. People look at me, like you said, she's rich, she's this, she's the plug, she's the connect. I couldn't even, I was married for 8 years, you know, now I'm divorced for 3, and I couldn't even imagine starting to date right now. I'm terrified. Gotcha. Oh, you a rapper? Oh, you're a rapper. Why you want to date me for? Yeah. It's just, nah, I'm cool, I'm straight. I look at everything. My circle's very small. There we go. You can ask anyone around me. My circle's extremely small. Yeah, yeah. But I also like to help people, but to an extent, I won't super let you in, because I've seen what happened in the past. Got you. People are sharks out here, boy. Sharks out here, man. It's funny because I find myself so many times when I'm interviewing people, when you're speaking, I'm thinking of scenarios and experiences that literally are like a mirror reflection of what I've experienced. I'll never forget a good friend of mine, Elena Love. Shout out to Elena Love. I was giving her testimonies about exactly what you just said. I feel like, because with me being a host, with me being an event producer, with me knowing a few people in LA, with me just being a speaker and an influencer and a spoken word artist, I got put on the scene in LA as a poet, as a spoken word artist. That's dope. So a lot of people know me as like King Q the Poet, or QT the Poet, which was the name, you know, when I first started Carisma. You know what I'm saying? I was going by QT. But I'll never forget what she told me. She said, when you're the light attracts everybody. I've been told that too. Yes. Right. Yes. And that blew my mind, because it's like I never viewed it like that. The light attracts negative people and positive people. Yep. Everybody wants to be around you. All like little you said. Bugs want to fly up to that light up there and get themselves shocked. But look how these humans come to you, and this is why my circle is very small. 1 and 2. Right. My circle ends there in regards to business, especially business. Because I've experienced opening the door and having 15 people at a time working for my company, and then experiencing, literally take everything you taught them and use it against you. Literally. Yep. The audacity of people.
Yes.
It's mind blowing, bro.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then I also had to learn too that I'm a creative and I am a thinker, and whoever gets the best ideas wins, right?
Yep.
And whoever gets the best ideas and actually can execute those ideas is the real winner.
Big time.
I am an ideal person, and I just be talking.
Yeah.
And I had to stop doing that because I'm literally just giving all these people great ideas, and they're literally taking it and cutting. Like, it's dirty out here.
That's
dirty.
Real. That's
my
real.
Circle's small.
Yep.
Very small.
It gotta be. Where do you think, DJ Carisma, as an individual, as a person, what is your next venture that you want to experience in life, whether on a business level or whether on what's kind of something you're working up towards? Obviously, we're entering a new year. What's something you're kind of looking forward to? What's your next goal? What's your next
I feel like
vision?
with me personally, where I'm at right now, it's like, as far as DJing goes, as far as everything goes, I've done the best clubs. I've done the stadiums. I've done I work in LA, the #2 market in the country.
Yep.
Like, I just feel like now I'm at a point where it's like I need my finances to match the respect that I've earned and the work I've put in. I'm not asking y'all to just look out for me. I more than deserve this.
Facts.
More than earned this. So I feel like I'm at that point right now where I just really want to make that come together, because once I do that, I'm a creative. Who knows what I could do if I got more finances to help. I've always wanted to open up a DJ youth center for kids.
Right.
I've always wanted to, and I really want to start my cartoon next.
Gotcha.
I had a comic book.
That. Yep.
I really want to be female DJ Khaled. No female DJs even close to me.
Facts.
But I need my brothers to start fucking supporting me.
That's real.
All these guys I work with in radio, I dropped a song with Chris Brown and Dej Loaf, but nobody played it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Think about it. I need that to stop. So I'm trying to figure out what's the disconnect. I've been talking to a lot of these LA club promoters, taking them out to lunch. Like, let me take you out. Why don't you book me? What else do I have to do? What do I have to do?
That is fucking crazy.
And there's just like, a lot of them will be like, oh, it's because your looks. And I'm like, well, where are all those pretty DJs you used to book? Did any of them change anyone's life like I'm doing? I've changed lives. Ask YG, ask Mustard, ask Ty, ask About Me.
Yep, that's real. That's facts.
Ask all the DJs, ask Teddy who hired him. Yep. Look at how many people I have hired in this industry.
More money than you make.
And they're making more money. Look at Dre Sinatra. Look at all these people. So it's like, I need that to come together. That needs to stop. The blogs need to give me my respect. When DJ Funk Flex does something, every news talks about it.
Facts.
Not one figure in the West Coast gets treated like that. Why is that? Not one of us. We don't get treated like that.
That's real.
Why is that? Because we hurt, because all of our own players are damaging us. You know what I mean? And we need to stop all that. Just like when radio didn't support RJ enough. It's our fault that he's not as big as he should be right now. So it's like, all that needs to stop. That's where I'm at right now.
Got you. Man, I got so many questions.
For this next year or two, you can ask anybody. I've been literally out here in these streets just campaigning. Promoters, you need to start booking LA DJs only.
Yep.
Hey, you need to start doing this. Hey, you got an artist? Well, we're going to support. Hey, I'm trying to really connect all the dots right now.
Absolutely.
I just recently got DJ Bad hired at Power 106. DJ Breeze hired at Power 106. Trying to get more real DJs that are out here doing it, that deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
Instead of these random kids that they be hiring. It's just like, we need to stop all this.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now for this year.
So what I'm hearing, there's in LA especially, there's a
huge disconnect.
There's a disconnect, but there's also a competition perspective of, if I give her the keys or if I give her the platform, she'll surpass me. Is it that? Do you think that's what it is? Is that a part of it? Do you feel that with people who actually are in position to elevate you, whether it's financially?
I feel that with my ex-bosses, my ex-iHeart bosses. I definitely feel that way about you. That you were scared to give me the keys because you knew what I could do. But hey, you look at the effect now that you're having, that I left.
There we go.
No, I definitely feel like I just want to help connect the dots. And it's like the dude who had me on his podcast recently, who told me, like, I'll be real with you. The reason we never fucked with you is because your looks. And
what does that even mean?
I'm not the sexy DJ. I'm not a lesbian. People don't know how to categorize me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? But also me looking the way I did got me this far in the game because all the boys respected me, because men don't respect women in this industry.
Got you.
We're something to sleep with. You know, so, and I feel like I told him, I'm like, well, good thing your plan didn't work, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have YG. Right. You wouldn't have Cali Swag District.
Facts.
You wouldn't have none of these cats. So good thing your plan didn't work against me.
Wow.
And it's crazy that you wanted to see me fail like that when I'm the only one that actually cares.
Right.
Who hired your boy? And I actually hired one of his homeboys. Like, who did that? Was it any of those guys that you kissed their ass, or these pretty girls? Who ended up being the one that's bringing everybody else with them? Who's that person? It's me.
Yeah.
Who else is doing this?
Right. That's real.
I don't see anybody else trying to bring anybody up.
Facts.
So,
that's real.
Like, come
that's
on.
Facts.
So stop hating.
Yep. The proof is in the pudding. DJ Carisma's a motherfucking, excuse my language. I know the daughter said, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You know, we live in an era. If she watch YouTube, trust me, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this: you're a trailblazer. That's what I'm hearing.
Thank you.
I hear trailblazer. I hear revolutionary.
Thank you.
I hear somebody who's creating lanes that are different, not only for themselves, but for other people. And that right there is rare. And I think that people are intimidated by you. I think that people believe that if they gave you a platform, you'll surpass them. I think people are jealous because your body of work speaks for itself. And I think that we live in a city that is filled with competition, and nobody wants to give the keys or open doors or you know, evolve anyone because they're afraid that somebody else will surpass them. I've experienced that as well.
And you know what I always tell them?
Yep.
Why would you do that? We can make even more money together.
We can make more money together, literally.
Period. Facts. Dead ass facts, bro. Why are you doing this?
Facts. That's real. That's real. So I just think I admire you, and I say keep fighting. I say don't let up.
I will.
I say keep your foot on their neck, because we have to be disruptive in order to see any change. I'm gonna say that again. We have to be disruptive as creatives. It's our job to be disruptive.
Yeah.
You can't come in and look like everybody else and be like everybody else.
Nothing will ever change.
Nothing will change if we continue to come in and try to fit the mold or fit the description just for a paycheck. So what you're doing right now is you're literally sacrificing yourself to open doors for other people. And that is commendable. But I know a lot of times when you're in that process, it doesn't look like that or don't feel like that. So I relate to you because I'm like, yo, in the field that I'm in, I'm ready to start really getting paid for what I know what I know is in me, but most importantly, the work that I've been putting in, the sacrifices that have been put behind my work. Me starting a podcast is not my first platform of giving to people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm always looking to expand in regards to how I'm giving to the people, because my intentions are pure. So I don't have to feel as though, you know, I have to step outside of who I am in order to get the paycheck or in order to get the opportunity. So it's like people like us, trailblazers, we're staying focused, even in times that are adverse. When people are telling us no, you getting doors slammed in your face, you saying it's because of your look, you saying it's like, bro, come on, chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm way better. I'm 10 times better than everybody you booking. Pay me what I'm worth. It's time for DJ Carisma. It is time for DJ Carisma to start getting paid what the fuck she's supposed to be getting paid.
And that
she is a voice,
yes.
She is a creative, and she is a pivotal landmark and staple in Los Angeles and all of the country. She ain't just local. You got to understand, DJ Carisma didn't just start this. She ain't new to this. She's true to this. Is that right?
Yeah, true to this.
Say that?
It's true to this.
Come on now.
And trust me, once I break through, all you little girls out there, this is for y'all.
Yeah.
This is so y'all don't ever have to go through this.
There we go. Sacrifice is real. DJ Carisma, I think we covered more than enough ground. You know what I'm saying? It's been an absolute honor for me. I'm always in the space, no matter who I'm sitting across from. I'm in the service business. So for me and how I start any of my relationships when I network with people, my first question is, however you need service for what I have to offer, you hit me up and let me know. I need nothing else from you other than that. I'm not looking to book people on here to put me on. I'm already on. That's how I view it in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel
something
like
about you and your podcast stood out to me, because like I told you when we were walking upstairs, I've been turning down interviews for years now.
Y'all better stop playing.
And then I was just something about it. I was like, you know what? I like what it's about. I like what he's talking about on his other interviews. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. So everything's meant to be. So
everything is purpose.
Definitely.
Everything is purpose. So this is a true testament to faith. I'm a strong believer in God.
Me too, for sure.
And it's faith, it's intention, it's work, and it's belief. For me, it's like, yo, I just know. When you know who you are, you don't need to chase anything. I'm going to say that one more time for people. Yep. When you know who you are, you don't need to chase. You just attract.
Hey.
You don't chase nothing. I don't chase the bag. The bag chases me. I don't chase relationships. Relationships are in alignment with me.
Do you know what the word charisma means?
No, talk about that.
It's like you have an attraction. You attract people.
Come on.
And it's through music. Like it has to do with music, but it's just like you have an attraction about you.
That's awesome.
Exactly what you just said. That's what the definition of charisma is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So DJ Carisma has been an absolute honor.
Thank you.
Always like to end our episodes with a beautiful segment that we call here at the Unselfish Behavior Podcast. We always like to end off with a segment that is spaced, and we're going to open the floor for you basically to look at this camera right here, and you're going to end off what we like to call DJ Carisma and your unselfish message, right? So it could be a message centered around any topic that you just discussed, anything that you just want to like end the people with. It could be for the ladies, it could be for anybody.
Okay.
You just want to end off with this message. Whatever that message is, you'll look at this camera and end it off like that.
All right. DJ Carisma, I just want to let y'all know, don't give up. If you have a passion, don't give up. Take those L's, but make sure your wins are outweighing your L's, and don't give up. Don't ever let anybody tell you no. Don't ever let anyone tell you need to fit into a box, because I'm a perfect example of you don't have to do that. So follow through. Follow through. Execution is my favorite word.
Come on, man.
Execute your ideas, or they're worthless. Let's
You
go.
got to listen to it. Knowledge is nothing unless you apply what you're learning.
Period.
So DJ Carisma, it has been an absolute honor.
This was fun. Thank you,
You know what I'm
guys.
saying? This was definitely fun. We touched on some things that need to be talked about. I'm very, very excited to air this. Uh-oh, she wants some
to get on
airtime.
camera.
Get up on
You
that
know-
camera.
you know
Come
she
on
wants
now.
her
You
camera
know we
time.
gotta shout.
She always wants her camera time.
Come on now and give
Say,
me.
what's up, guys?
Let 'em
Follow
know.
my YouTube page.
Let them know. Go and shout yourself out right there on the mic.
I have a YouTube channel called CC's World. It just went out on YouTube, I think, so subscribe to my channel.
CC's World. Y'all better understand it. We here in CC's World. And what is your name? Give me your name. Catalina, soon we got to have you sitting across from this chair, and we're going to give you an interview based off the content on your YouTube channel.
Hey.
Are you cool with that? Yes, very soon? All right, I'm going to be hitting your moms up for you soon. So
Hey, her middle name's Carisma, too, so let's
there
go.
we go. That's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, family, Unselfish Behavior Podcast, that is a wrap for this episode.
Always stay unselfish. I love that.
And we out.
Let's go.
Never
Come
give
on.
up.
Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, King Q. If you like that episode, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, and leave a comment. And also, if you want to follow the movement, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Unselfish Behavior Podcast. And as you know, we out.